She is one of the ladies we were hoping to catch up with today, and there they are for her latest project. And here she is right here, Jane Wiedlin from the Go-Go's and Surreal Life, and now she's a cartoon character. So how do you feel about that, and how did you get involved in the cartoon world?
I love this. Hello. Well, I came to this convention last year where I met Bill Morrison, who is a comic book artist extraordinaire, and we became friends, and we decided that we wanted to create a comic book together. So we brainstormed on ideas and came up with Lady Robotica. And basically, Lady Robotica is me, but what happens is that after doing a gig, I get abducted by aliens and partially transformed into a robot, and then I end up becoming a superhero and just being like a super rad rock chick cyborg. So that's the story of the comic. And we are working on it now, and we're hoping for it to be ready at the next year's version of this convention. And I'm also working on music. I decided to do a CD of music sort of inspired by the idea of Lady Robotica, so I'm currently working on that as well, and that'll be ready next year too. And we hope to take the music on the road and do a tour and stuff. Musically, I'm doing some work with the Go-Go's. We've slowed down quite a bit because 3 out of 5 of the ladies have children and families, and so we're not working quite as much as we used to. So to keep myself busy, I am creating comic books, and I've also started producing bands. And last summer I met someone that lived in Wisconsin, and I ended up moving to Wisconsin to be with him. So I've been producing bands in Madison, and that's been really fun. And I just am keeping busy making music still after all these years.
What's the scene like in Madison? I mean, is there I'm sure there's all styles of music jumping off there, but any bands you can throw out there that people could check out on MySpace that you might be producing or like as a fan? Yeah.
Well, Madison is the hippest city in the Midwest. It's really, really fun. The University of Wisconsin is there, and so it's very liberal, very musical, very artistic. There's tons of bands there. You could go out every night and see music. So I really love living there. My favorite bands that I've seen there actually have all become friends of mine. Hors de Jour, they're awesome, and I'm producing their record right now, so I better like them. The Skin Tones, which is more like a hard rock band, but it's very satirical lyrics. They're really funny. And I love Screaming Simpson and the Pawns. They're really good. The music there tends to be pretty hard sounding and really clever lyrically. People are no slouches when it comes to lyrics there. So I really like it, and it's kind of, for me, because I tend to want to just stay home most of the time. It's been good for me because it makes me go out a lot more and see like new bands all the time and stuff. So it's a very lively music scene.
One more question here, and I want to know, I didn't actually get to see this show, but what was your experience on the Surreal Life, and with who may have been your favorite person on that show, or any of that?
The Surreal Life, it was an interesting experience. It was, yes. Bill says one might say surreal. Yeah. It was 2 weeks stuck in a house with cameras on you 24 hours a day. It was very claustrophobic, and it was a kind of experience that I thought it would get easier as I did it, but it actually got harder and harder as time went on. And the people I was in the house with were pretty cool for the most part, and I would say that the closest thing I can say that it resembled was being a lab rat, I would say, because it really felt like I was being experimented on. And I'm glad I did it because it was an interesting experience. Not really sure I'd do something like that again. but it was fine for the time.
I think of this movie, it's one of my favorite in the last year. It's very a very odd film. We got for you Firecracker.
All right, Firecracker.
There it is.
Wow. Jeez. Hey, look, here's a movie I'm in. Well, ooh, it's Hitchcockian. This is no less than a masterpiece. This was a movie that I was part of. It was filmed in Wamego, Kansas, and it's based on a true story about a murder that happened there. And this guy, Steve Balderson, he's a great filmmaker, and he actually lives in Kansas and makes movies there. And it was a very interesting experience for me. I love doing it. I love working on independent movies. I think, I don't know, whenever anyone asks me, I always say yes, what the heck. But I love working with Steve, and hopefully I'm going to be working with him more in the future because he tends to use the same people over and over again. But it's a really heavy movie. I was kind of surprised when I saw it because my part was the kind of the lightest part of the movie. It was sort of the comic relief moment. So I didn't realize how hardcore the movie was going to be until I watched it, and I was like, oh my god, this is like depressing. But I liked my part. I thought I did fine.
Very cool.
All right, nice talking to you.